microphone has gone back to not fucking working. Not fucking working! Okay, properties. Properties. Nope. Not playing the next song. Not playing. Fuck off. It's good music. It's not Jack's music. What are you talking about? I think you need to delete Twitter. What the fuck are you talking about, Coconut? Jack's music. And it's Stevie Nicks. Could have just said retard ass and saved your breath. Well, I wasn't speaking now, was I? I was typing it. I was calling you a retard, white retard ass, via typage. And no, that's not a word, but I just made it the fuck up. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. Buttercup! You're just gonna have to deal with it. Hello, everyone. Dude, take the good joke. It's not a good joke. It's not a good joke. It's not a good joke. I have good music. What you don't have is a good joke. And something about the killing joke. I don't get the joke. I agree with Avtup. It's not even a joke. It's just more of your fucking babble. More of your babbling. Anyways, today is the Lord's Day, so I should be Christ-like and not make fun of the less fortunate, i.e. Coconut. Point and example. That's not even how you say it. Anyways, I should follow the example of Christ and not make fun of the less fortunate and mentally ill. So today is the Lord's Day, and today I went to church, and the sermon was about fear and not having it, even with facing, hardship and separation from those that you once considered loved ones. Because Jesus said he has not come to bring peace but a sword. Something along that lines. The line escapes me. Let me Google the exact line. It was quite profound. Do not think I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a person's enemies will be those of his own household. That is a line that I like. And I'll tell you why I like it. It's because following Christ is going to set you apart from those of the world. It's going to set you apart, and you're going to challenge the status quo. It's going to challenge the status quo. And your father and mother may disagree with your faith, and your brothers and sisters. But you have to take up the cross. You have to take up the burden. But it is not a heavy burden, because Christ's yoke is light and his burden is not heavy. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. He sends out the 12 apostles, even though they are he's sending out sheep among wolves, because the Pharisees are trying to, kill them. Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves, so be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you over to courts and flog you in their synagogues, and you will be dragged before governors and kings for my sake, to bear witness before them and the Gentiles. A disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher, and the servant like his master. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more will they malign those of his household? So have no fear of them, for nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, say in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim on the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both body and soul in hell. This is from the book of Matthew, chapter 10. I'm going to read this chat. Explain the joke, please, Coconut. Are you actually type of stream right after you say a slur? You don't know anything, Coconut. You don't know anything. You never know me. You don't get to know me, Coconut. It's a Sunday, I guess. Hello, Rebel. Were you here before? So, let me explain something about my channel. I do a lot of things. And recently, I'm just reading this cool book that my bro gave me, right? Why am I doing my goon face? So my bro, right? My bro, as you can see to the left of me, or rather, right of me. My bro to the right of me, he says, Silky, you must read this book that I found. And I've been reading it, and I've been trying to understand it, even though it's not written with trolls in mind. But I think it can be applied to trolls. I think there are many lessons that can be applied to trolls. And also, my bro gave me this cool new outfit to wear. He said I should wear this and see how it makes me feel. And I was like, okay, yeah. Boring lore, get to the point. Coconut, I think you should, like, get to the point of my, like, sword. Because I'm gonna, like, hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. You'd like that, wouldn't you, comrade? But as I was saying to Rebel, I do a lot of stuff on my channel. And one of them is reading the Bible. And today we're going to read on request the book of Job. With my friend. Who is going to sit here silently watching me. Because that's what he does. Window capture. It's not something that I like to force down people or anything, but I like to just, you know, make my faith. Let's get outside of the kayfabe for a second. I like to make my faith part of my channel if I can. Why transjacks? What does that even fucking mean? I think you should, like, suck a dick. Book of Job is brutal and intense. It's a bit much, which is why I was thinking maybe should I rather not read the book of Luke. It's a bit intense, don't you think? Moirail of mine, isn't it a bit intense, don't you think? Let me see what I can do here. I want to, like, do that. And like that. And like that. There we go. Oh my god, bro, stuck on the transjacks. Yeah, I said that on purpose. I said it on purpose. Because I knew you were going to react like that. Wah, wah, wah. Tylenol. Hop off Tylenol. You should be lucky that I humor you. Anyone else would have told you to kill yourself by now, Coconut. Anyway, oh my god, there's all my crap. What was I saying? There we go. No, my friend. Good night, Herr Stupenstein. Which Bible is this? You know, just a regular one. It's not the Catholic one. They have extra books in the Catholic one. There's like 1 billion. This is just like the... Oh, you mean like the translation? It's just the New International Version. It's the New International Version. Okay, let's get rid of all this, let's get all this Hitler propaganda on the screen. And then... There we go. Excellent. No, wait, where's Arden and Ascunia? There we go, perfect. See, we're ready now. We're ready. But first, we need some soothing musics. I need to change the thing so that it doesn't look like I'm talking when I'm typing something. So now we're gonna let on the soft music while I read the book of Job, which is a bit intense. I like the Gospels. I feel like the New Testament is easier for, like, converts to, like, you know, read and understand. Come on. There you go. Cool, now I'm gonna get into character. Okay. Job 1. What do you mean job? I don't like jobs. Job with about an asterisk on it. J*B. Turn down volume about... What? Turn music down. It should... There we go. How's that? How's that? How's that, little brother? Bet you can't even hear shit now. In the land of Uz... the land of Uz... I know a thing or two about Uz. I know a thing or two about fucking Uz. Why am I knitting? Well, I'm leaving to watch Mr. Krabs have a stroke. God bless you guys. God bless Rebel. Have a wonderful, peaceful Sunday. Slightly louder. How's that? How's that? In the land of Uz, Soper Slime, where I live, there lived a man whose name was Job. This man was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. I wish I could do the same, but I'm a fucking retard, for Christ. I accept evil every day. I accept evil every day. I'm a retard, for Christ. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. What's your opinion on minorities after the nice words you had to say to certain groups? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys, and had a large number of servants. That is a fuck ton. Wait, imagine having 10 kids. Jesus Christ. And I don't mean that in like a blasphematory way. You are not a good Catholic man. You are not a good Catholic man. You're not even a good man. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys, and had a large number of servants. He was a great man among all people of the East. I'm struggling to quantify that many animals. Although, I mean, to be fair, I just can't count. Anyway, his sons used to hold feasts in their homes on their birthdays, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When a period of feasting had run its course, Job would make arrangements for them to be purified. Early in the morning, he would sacrifice a burnt offering for each of them, thinking, "Perhaps my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." So, he thinks his children are chuds, and that we have to do the purification ritual every time in the morning. After the feasting. Okay, got you. This was Job's regular custom. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, that fucking guy, fuck that guy. Type 1 of Satan is gay. Not that it's bad to be gay, but I mean in like a retarded way. Type 1 of Satan. Type 1 if you want Satan to like die a miserable death in Minecraft and in real life. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. This is one of the very few times. Yeah, very few actually. I mean, he came to like fuck with Jesus a bit. Yeah. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, in a gay and retarded fashion, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered killing yourself? Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil." So Job is a good guy. He's a good guy and he'll show me a good time. Okay, cool. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied. Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now, stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. The Lord said to Satan, "Very well then. Everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger." So it looks like they're having some sort of bet. Like, let's fuck up Job's life so much and see if he ends up cursing the Lord and forsaking him. But the Lord God knows that Job will never forsake him no matter what happens to him, because this book, Job, is a testament to a man's faith in God no matter the hardship. And yes, it can be very difficult to remain faithful throughout hardship, and you want to blame the Lord and you want to blame God for what you go through. But, and even I have trouble struggling, even I struggle with that sometimes. I'm like, Lord, why do you do this to me? For a very long time I thought, there is no God, because why would he do this to me? But as I mature and I understand like the universe and how things happen, and like the nature of, there's nothing is really like, bad things happen to you not because you like deserve them. Bad things happen to you because simply that's just the way of the law of nature, in my belief. And because bad things happen in terms of like, this is not excusing bad things, but I don't think bad things that happen to you because you are a bad person, is what I'm trying to say. Because bad things happen to everybody, is exactly what Postman said. Bad things happen to everyone. And it's not because you yourself are a bad person, or that you deserve it, or you've been forsaken, because I used to often say to myself, what have I done in another life to deserve such trauma and hardship? Like, I had trouble struggling. I had a lot of, I had to come to terms when I became interested in the faith, in sort of reconciling, like, okay, does this mean that God just allowed horrible things to happen to me? And I think this book is written for those who have this, question. It's like, okay, if God is all-powerful and all-knowing and all-good, then why does he allow bad things to happen? Seemingly allow things to happen. But I think it's far more nuanced than people want to sort of sum it down to. And I think with maturity and time, you understand that it's not that things happen for a reason. It's just things happen. It's the nature of our world and the design of it. And there are bad people in this world. God did not, make people to be bad. He did not make people to be good either. He made them in his image. And whatever they do with his image is sort of what they do with their lives. I know I'm sort of babbling and prattling along, but this is what I'm learning in this journey from this cool book that my bro gave me. He won't tell me anything about it. He'll just, stare. He'll just stare to the left of the screen with, aura. And he'll expect me to understand what the fuck, this book is about. I asked him, what the fuck is happening in Revelations? I read Revelations upon his instruction, and he's just like, no, you'll figure it out. You'll understand soon enough. And then he had a cigarette. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How can you say that? Fuck you. What a shit moral I have. This purple cunt. He won't even say anything to me. He's just like, no, you read it and you'll understand. You'll understand soon enough. The time is coming. He said that to me. The time is coming. It's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Anyways, back to the book. Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. The Lord said to Satan, very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger. Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. One day when Job's sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house, a messenger came to Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and the donkeys were grazing nearby, and the Sabaeans attacked and made off with them. They put the servants to the sword, and I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you. Fuck, man. So wait, many servants. I thought there was a number of them. I thought the book gave a number, but there's just many, many servants. And now all the millions of oxen, the 5,000 donkeys and 500 fucking hell. They're all gone and taken by these fucking Sabaean cunts. And now all the servants died too. While he was speaking, another messenger said, the fire of God fell from the heavens and burned up the sheep and the servants, and I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger came and said that the Chaldeans, whoever the fuck those are, formed 3 raiding parties and swept down on your 5,000 camels and made off with them. They put the servants to the sword, and I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you. Oh my god, this is just a comedy of errors right now. Just by the way, here's another flock of people under your care that have been killed. And then the next guy comes. It's like this is like a fucking British comedy sketch. While he was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, your sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house when suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the 4 corners of the house. It collapsed on them, and they are dead. And I'm Jesus, type 1 to pray for Job. What the fuck? Your sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house when suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the 4 corners. It has collapsed on them, and they are dead, and I'm the only one who has escaped to tell you. At this, Job got up and tore his robe and shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground and worshipped and said, shaving one's head was a sign of humility and sort of humbling yourself, and women would have their heads shaved as well to show utter servitude and humility before the Lord, because also a woman's hair is her pride and joy kind of thing, especially during this time. So to shave it all off would be a grave loss. Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing. Is that why friars did that to their head? I'm not sure. But I just know that, like, shaving one's head was like a sign, and also like wearing like sackcloth and stuff. It's just like, foregoing everything, sort of debasing yourself. Job 2. Oh my god. Let's see what misery befalls this guy even more. Fuck, man, I feel bad for him. On another day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, that gay cunt, also came with them to present himself before him. And the Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. And he still maintains an integrity, though you incited me against him to ruin him without any reason." "Skin for skin," Satan replied. "A man will give all he has for his own life. But now, stretch out your hand and strike his flesh and bones, and he will surely curse you to your face." So now we're gonna fucking mess with him again. And we're gonna hurt him, like, physically. Great. Now we're gonna abuse him. The Lord said to Satan, "Very well. He is in your hands, but you must spare his life." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Then Job took a piece of broken pottery and scraped with himself with it as he sat among the ashes. Yeah, like sitting among the ashes was also like a not humiliation ritual, but it's like humbling yourself, and like also like when you would do that in like a period of mourning, from what I understand. Sackcloth and ashes. Yeah, let me Google that. Oh wait. Give me a second. That would have been extremely funny if you guys saw what I saw there. Sackcloth and ashes is a biblical idiom used to describe deep mourning, grief, or sincere repentance. So that's what that is. Wait, can I go backward? Yes, I can. Sorry guys, I just want to check something. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, fellas. Just wanted to check something. Yeah, so sackcloth and ashes is a biblical idiom used to describe deep mourning, grief, or sincere repentance. Historically, it refers to the ancient Hebrew custom of wearing rough, itchy goat's hair fabric and covering oneself in dust and ashes to outwardly demonstrate humility and sorrow. Hello, username. What do you see? Andrew and Ashley Grave side by side reading the Bibble. That's all I can see now. I don't know who either of those characters are, but I'm Silky, and this is my friend Latria, and we're reading the Bible. Wait, isn't that from like Resident Evil or what? Let me Google. Andrew Ashley Graves. I'm such a huge LARPer. Oh, the coffin of Annie and Lele! No! I reject that comparison. That game was so weird. And I had LMAO. I thought it was something normal. no username. Don't you see this as a good Christian stream? How can you suggest such sinful things? The incest game. Yeah, the incest game is fine and dandy, but Final Fantasy IX? That's a game about brutal rape. Brutal, unadulterated rape, by the way. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and afflicted Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Then Job took a piece of broken pottery and scraped himself with it as he sat among the ashes. His wife said to him, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die." He replied, "You are talking like a foolish foid. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" That's a good point. Shall we only take the good stuff that God's give us, but then cry out when he gives us bad challenges? Shall we just be hungry for his good nature? What if he gives us a challenge? Then we will call him, like, a cunt waffle? I don't think that's fair. You are talking like a foid. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? In all this, Job did not sin in what he said. When Job's 3 friends, Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, yeah, fucking woman, am I right? Woman, am I right? When Job's 3 friends, Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, heard about all the troubles that had come upon him, they set out from their homes and met together by agreement to go and sympathize with him and comfort him. When they saw him from a distance, they could hardly recognize him. They began to weep aloud, and they tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their heads, again with the ash and sackcloth. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to him, because they saw how great his suffering was. Job, chapter 3. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. He said, I remember reading this. This is basically like how I can get sometimes. I can get like this sometimes. I highly empathize with Job. I can get like this sometimes. He said, May the day of my birth perish, and the night that said, a boy is conceived that day. May it turn to darkness. May God above not care about it. May no light shine on it. May gloom and utter darkness claim it once more. May a cloud settle over it. May blackness overwhelm it. That night, may thick darkness seize it. May it not be included among the days of the year, nor be entered in any of the months. May that night be barren. May no shout of joy be heard in it. May those who curse days curse that day. Those who are ready to rouse the Leviathan. May its morning stars become dark. May it wait for daylight in vain, and not see the first rays of dawn. For it did not shut the doors of the womb on me to hide trouble from my eyes. Let me read what you people are saying. Sometimes I wonder if I should buy a Bible at the thrift store for inspiration. Then I remember that time Jesus Christ came down from heaven and told me to read smut on AO3 instead. What a great guy. I don't think people hold Christians to a very high standard that they don't hold for people, like, in general. They think that if you're a Christian, then you have to be an ultra good boy, because in the Bible it says, like, love your neighbor and the 10 Commandments. But this is assuming that, like, the minute you become a Christian, then you are automatically like St. Paul, who is like sinless and blameless. You basically, it's like, you people forget we're still human, right? We are still human and we can fuck up. Like, just because people are Christians doesn't mean we can't, like, fuck up. And like I'm not saying that we should just get a pass to do whatever because Christ will forgive us at the end of the day. That's not how it works. I'm just saying that because Christ died for us, we are allowed forgiveness and the opportunity to try again instead of being forever deemed like sinners because of a mistake we made. I think people forget that Christians are allowed to make mistakes. Like, that's the entire point that Christ died, because he, like, in that moment, he gave us the opportunity to sort of see how much he loved us and try for better and keep trying to be better. And he never said humans are perfect. We're not. And in my faith journey, I realized, like, wow, this is hard. Trying to live Christ-like and trying to do good to my fellow man, it is hard. Because human nature is so fickle and oftentimes selfish. But I think being Christian is most like, I think the beautiful part about it is it's about knowing that there's someone looking out for you and wanting you to be a better version of yourself. So you keep going and you get inspired by that. I agree with that. I just wish most parts of the religion would also remember that part. I think atheists should also just get a grip. I think they should also just get a grip. And by that I mean, like, the average Christian mother who's going to church is not trying to, like, ruin your life, Redditor. I think the average, like, you know, widow who believes in God and is going to church and baking brownies, like, she, you know, she's not ruining your way of life by believing in God. She's not giving up her freedom for Sky Daddy. I think she's just seeking a bit of comfort in something that she, you know, feels fondly and has faith towards. And I think, like I said, the standard that is held for religious people and thinking, okay, you're Christian, so therefore you can never say the fuck word. Like, okay. It's like, okay, yes, I'm a Christian, but I'm allowed to have fun. Am I not? I'm allowed to say the fuck word, am I not? Am I not? I'm joking a little bit. What am I saying? Tylenol, you sound stuffy. You catch a cold? A little bit. I'm very quick. My face and my senses are very sensitive. So if something enters my eyes and I start crying, like, immediately, like a speck of dust, or if like some little thing enters my nose and I'm scratching it for like 10 hours, and one little thing and I'm like, my nose is streaming. Like, I've got a very sensitive face in general. What I'm trying to say, no username, is that, like, God doesn't want you to feel like you should kill yourself because you read smut on AO3, you know? I think what God wants you to do is to have a balanced life and try where you can to look for the better, more faithful, and more productive option. I don't think it's like a mark of a bad person if you have bad habits. Like, there's Christians who smoke, you know? And there's Christians who, like, you know, have bad habits. There's Christians who struggle with porn, you know? Because these are, like, sins that affect us worldly sins, you know? But it doesn't make us a bad person, is what I'm trying to say. And it doesn't make you a bad Christian. I think it shows that maybe you should just, it just means that maybe there's something lacking in your life. And it's not you that's lacking. It's just maybe some sort of guidance is needed, or like friendship or help, you know? It doesn't mean that you should hurt yourself or blame yourself. It just means that you should try again, pick yourself up. I was just joking about that, but thanks for sharing your thoughts. It was pretty enlightening. You're welcome. I know I'm trying to read the book, but I also want to just, look, I speak as if I've been a Christian always. I only very recently have been exploring it. But I just want to, you know, I just want to share my faith journey with my viewers. And I thought every so often I can stream the Bible and talk about it in character, out of character. I tried doing it in character. It's a bit hard. But, you know, it's, and, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, like, don't beat yourself up for fucking reading smut on AO3. Don't beat yourself up if you've succumbed to sin, because Christ forgives those who truly repent. I hope that cold clears up. I hate having a cold. My body loves producing mucus. Oh my god, yeah, basically. That's just my entire life. You can't have good times without bad times. I think a good mindset in general is to welcome challenges because they help us appreciate the good in life. Yeah, basically. I think that's the lesson of this book. Why did I not perish at birth and die as I came from the womb? I think about that all the time, to be honest. Why were there knees to receive me and breasts that I might be nursed? For now I would be lying down in peace. I would be asleep and at rest with kings and rulers of the earth, who built for themselves places now lying in ruins, with princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver? Or why was I not hidden away in the ground, like a stillborn child, like an infant who never saw the light of day? There the wicked ceased from turmoil, and there the weary are at rest. Captives also enjoy their ease. They no longer hear the slave drivers shout. The small and the great are there, and the slaves are freed from their owners. Why didn't I perish at birth? You always say that. I do always say that. Holy shit, yeah. I always am so melodramatic. It's like, why am I even alive? Why do I bother being alive? I say that all the time. Why do I bother being alive? I say that all the fucking time. This book is written for me. It's written for those who are struggling. And also struggling with faith, with reason, struggling with finding a meaning to live. Why is light given to those in misery, and life to the bitter of soul, to those who long for death that does not come, me as fuck, who search for it more than their hidden treasure, who are filled with gladness and rejoice when they reach the grave? Why is life given to a man whose way is hidden, whom God has hedged in? For sighing has become my daily food, my groans pour out like water. What I feared has come upon me, what I dreaded has happened to me. I have no peace, no quietness. I have no rest, but only turmoil. Type 1 if this is you, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna type 1. So basically Job is lamenting the fact that he fucking exists. And don't I do that all the damn time? Then Eliphaz, job application! Ah! Job, chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite replied, if someone ventures a word with you, will you be impatient? But who can keep from speaking? Think how you have instructed many, how you have strengthened feeble hands. Your words have supported those who stumbled. You have strengthened faltering knees. But now trouble comes to you, and you are discouraged. It strikes you, and you are dismayed. Should not your piety be your confidence, and your blameless ways your hope? Consider now, who being innocent has ever perished? Where were the upright ever destroyed? As I have observed, those who plough evil, and those who sow trouble, reap it. At the breath of God they perish. At the blast of his anger they are no more. The lions may roar and growl, yet the teeth of the great lions are broken. The lion perishes for lack of prey, and the cubs of the lioness are scattered. A word was secretly brought to me, my ears caught a whisper of it. Amid disquieting dreams in the night, when deep sleep falls on people, fear and trembling seized me and made all my bones shake. A spirit glided past my face, and the hair on my body stood on end. It stopped, but I could not tell what it was. A form stood before my eyes, and I heard a hushed voice. Can a mortal be more righteous than God? Can even a strong man be more pure than his maker? If God places no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more those who live in houses of clay, whose foundations are in the dust, who are crushed more readily than a moth? Between dawn and dusk they are broken to pieces. Unnoticed, they perish forever. Are not the cords of their tent pulled up, so that they die without wisdom? Okay, those chapters are a bit hard to understand. I think Eliphaz is trying to encourage him again and remind him of his good works and his good nature, and that those who are evil will face judgment, but Job, who has always strived to be good-natured and holy and gracious to the Lord and an obedient worshipper of the Lord, should not fear such things. Should not fear the lions that make roar and growl, because the teeth of the great lions shall be broken. At the breath of God they perish, the evil ones. Who being innocent has ever perished? I think Eliphaz is simply reminding Job that his holy nature and innocent nature will not go unnoticed. Eliphaz is Job's mentor. Thank you. Thank you. Now I remember Eliphaz from the beginning. There's 3 of them who come and help him. Job chapter 5. God, my allergies are so bad. Call if you will, but who will answer you? To which of the holy ones will you turn? Resentment kills a fool, and envy slays the simple. I myself have seen a fool taking root. Oh, have I seen a fool taking root. But suddenly his house was cursed. His children are far from safety, crushed and caught without a defender. The hungry consume his harvest, taking it even from among thorns, and the thirsty pant after his wealth. For hardship does not spring from the soil, nor does trouble sprout from the ground. Yet man is born to trouble as surely as sparks fly upward. But if I were you, I would appeal to God. I would lay my cause before him. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. He provides rain for the earth. He sends water on the countryside. The lowly he sets on high, and those who mourn are lifted to safety. He thwarts the plans of the crafty, so that their hands achieve no success. He catches the wise in their craftiness, and the schemes of the wily are swept away. Darkness comes upon them in the daytime. At noon they grope as in the night. He saves the needy from the sword in their mouth. He saves them from the clutches of the powerful. So the poor have hope, and injustice shuts its mouth. Blessed is the one whom God corrects. So do not despise the discipline of the Almighty. For he wounds, but he also binds up. He injures, but his hands also heal. From 6 calamities he will rescue you. In 7, no harm will touch you. In famine he will deliver you from death, and in battle from the stroke of the sword. You will be protected from the lash of the tongue, and need not fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine, and need not fear the wild animals, for you will have a covenant with the stones of field, and the wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know that your tent is secure. You will take stock of your property and find nothing missing. You will know that your children will be many, and your descendants like the grass on the earth. You will come to the grave in full vigor, like sheaves gathered in season. We have examined this, and it is true. So hear it, and apply it to yourself, and stop being a depressed chud. So this is the sort of wisdom that is given from Eliphaz to Job. That trouble is natural to man. Trouble is a natural occurrence to mankind, and is as expected as sparks flying upward. And if I were you, I would lay my belief further firmly confirmed onto God, and that you will surely have peace and not freedom, redemption. Freedom and redemption when you lay your case, and you will be protected with the covenant. And it came to be true. Then Job replied with a truth nuke. If only my anguish could be weighed and all my misery be placed on the scales, it would surely outweigh the sand of the seas. No wonder my words have been impetuous. The arrows of the Almighty are in me, my spirit drinks in their poison. The Bible is so poetic sometimes, guys, don't you agree? At least the translators have done a brilliant work on making the Bible sound very poetic. Then Job replied, if only my anguish could be weighed and all my misery be placed on the scales, it would surely outweigh the sands of the seas. No wonder my words have been impetuous. The arrows of the Almighty are in me, my spirit drinks in their poison. God's terrors are marshaled against me. Does the wild donkey bray when it has grass, or an ox bellow when it has fodder? Is tasteless food even eaten without salt, or is there flavor in the sap of the mallow? Oh, the meaning? Oh, I see. So this is the meaning of the Hebrew for this phrase is uncertain. So it's like sort of dodgy translation. Do you guys know Hebrew has 6 letters? I noticed that. And Christ has 6 letters. See, when I started reading this, I was like, this is totally not applicable for me. This is some human propaganda, human trash, written by John Egbert. But then my bro said, no, let it cook. You'll see all the trolls, they come soon. You just gotta, it's like the ancient spelling. Judas, that may be 5 letters, but it's actually spelled Ioudas, Yodas. And I'm like, oh, so that's a troll. Okay. And Christ is a troll. Chrisist, troll. He just said, when they gave it to, the humans, they added extra letters because humans like to be stupid and complicated. But then, obviously, the real version is with the 6 letters. And then I was like, okay, cool. So this isn't just human propaganda then. It's a real book for real trolls like me. And then he said, yes. So read it, chud. The arrows of the Almighty are in me, my spirit drinks in their poison. God's terrors are marshalled against me. Does a wild donkey bray when it has grass, or an ox bellow when it has fodder? Is tasteless food eaten without salt? Or is there flavor in the sap of the mallow? I refuse to touch it. Such food makes me ill. Oh, that I might have my request, that God would grant what I hope for. That God would be willing to crush me, to let loose his hand and cut off my life. Then I would still have this consolation, my joy in unrelenting pain, that I had not denied the words of the Holy One. What strength do I have that I should still fucking hope? What prospects that I should be fucking patient? Do I have the strength of stone? Is my flesh bronze to you people? Do I have any power to help myself now that success has been driven from me? He makes a good point. Anyone who withholds kindness from a friend forsakes the fear of the Almighty, but my brothers are as undependable as intermittent streams. As the streams that overflow when darkened by thawing ice and swollen with melting snow, but that stop flowing in the dry season and in the heat vanish from their channels. Caravans turn aside from their routes. They go off into the wasteland and perish. The caravans of Tema look for water. The traveling merchants of Sheba look in hope. They are distressed because they had been confident. They arrive there only to be disappointed. Now you too have proved to be of no fucking help. You see something dreadful and are afraid. Have I ever said, give something on my behalf, pay a ransom for me from your wealth, deliver me from the hand of the enemy, rescue me from the clutches of the ruthless? Teach me and I will be quiet. Show me where I have been wrong. How painful are honest words. But what do your arguments prove? Do you mean to correct what I say and treat my desperate words as wind? You would even cast lots for the fatherless and barter away for your friend. But now be so kind as to look at me. Would I lie to your face? Relent, do not be unjust. Reconsider, for my integrity is at stake. Is there any wickedness on my lips? Can my mouth not discern malice? Okay, so this chapter's a bit hard to understand. This chapter's a bit hard to fucking understand in my opinion. I think it's just Job being depressed again. And going on a sad rant about being forsaken by God. Oh, that I would hope for death. So relatable. Yeah, what strength do I have to actually still give a shit about this terrible life? Teach me where I have been wrong and what I have done to deserve this. Job 7. The Bible streams are always nice. Thank you. I haven't done one in a while, but I would like to do them every so often. Not often, but every so often. I finished the book of John. I don't know if I'll finish the book of Job because there's a billion chapters. Let me find it. See, 42. We're not doing this, guys. Maybe Luke. Do not mortals have hard service on earth? Yeah, you're fucking right, brother. Do not mortals have hard service on earth? Are not their days like those of hired labourers, like a slave longing for the evening shadows, or a hired labourer waiting to be paid? So I have been allotted months of futility, and nights of misery have been assigned to me. When I lie down, I think, how long before I get the fuck up? Wait, when I lie down, I think, how long before I get up? That's me every fucking day. And I have to get up. How long before I have to continue this humiliation ritual known as life? The night drags on, and I toss and turn until dawn. My body is clothed with worms and scabs, mine too. My skin is broken and festering. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and they come to an end without hope. Remember, O God, that my life is but a breath. My eyes will never see happiness again. Oh man. The eye that now sees me will see me no longer. You will look for me, but I will be no more. As a cloud vanishes and is gone, so one who goes down to the grave does not return. He will never come to his house again. His place will know him no more. Very calming. Actually, in the midst of writing. Oh, what are you writing? I'm so glad it can be calming. I kind of feel a little bit like... I kind of feel like because it's like one of my more low-key streams that no one's really interested, but if you like it, then I'm really happy. He will never come to his house again. His place will know him no more. Therefore I will not keep silent. I will speak out in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I the sea or the monster of the deep that you put me under guard? When I think my bed will comfort me and my couch will ease my complaint, even then you frighten me with dreams and terrify me with visions, so that I prefer strangling and death rather than this body of mine. I despise my life. I would not live forever. Let me alone. My days have no meaning. Fuck, man. Everything I read about this is just so fucking sadly relatable. Christ. Job would have, like, how do I say? In the modern age, like, if Job lived nowadays, he could just be like, he would be such like a influencer, you know what I mean? Because everyone would fucking relate to him so much. Do you think they read this back in 2,000 years ago and they were like, fuck man, Job, yeah, I'm in the same situation? Do you think they read this and it's like, yeah, twin. Do you think 2,000 years ago the Israelites and the Romans and the Greeks were like, yeah, okay, twin? People don't change, you know what I mean? People don't change. 2,000 years ago, and here we are now. I don't think humans have changed by a lot. Yeah, sure, the inventions we've made have changed our society, but I don't think as humans... I mean, trolls! I'm not a white girl posing as a grey troll. I'm not. I'm not Calliope, but reversed. This is not grey paint. But I don't think people have changed. I don't think trolls have changed. I think trolls on Alternia 2,000 years ago, sweeps ago, were the same as we are now. People nowadays relate to Jeffrey Dahmer. People nowadays relate to, like... autistic people on TikTok. Who have, like, amazing digital circus kins. That's how it is. Instead of 4,000 goats and 10,000 servants, he would have 1 million followers. Yeah, so to abstract it to, like, a modern era, imagine if Job had, like, 1 million follower account, and he was, like, a YouTuber, and he lost that, and he had, like, 6 mansions and 4 cars, and he had, like, every TF2 hat, strange and unusual types. He had a Festivized kill streak fucking golden frying pan or whatever. He had a $26,000, you know, TF2 skin, and all of it went away. Millions of followers gone. YouTube channel hacked, gone. His mansions and his cars gone. Imagine that would you'd abstract that. And then this is the crash out he would have. They would call this a crash out. I think we would call this a crash out. Type 1. But it's a valid crash out. Have I become... What is mankind that you make so much of them? What is trollkind that you make so much of them? That you give them so much attention? That you examine them every morning and test them every fucking moment? Will you never look away from me or let me alone for even an instant? If I have sinned, what have I done to you? You who see everything we do? Why have you made me your target? Have I become a burden to you? So I think a lot of us can probably relate to feeling like we're being targeted by, like, you know, if you're not religious, maybe you've said to yourself, why is the universe doing this to me? I would say that often, like, the universe is like, you know, I would rather crudely say, I'd rather crudely say, you know, the universe is, you know, going in unlubricated. But I think you can also say as a religious person, like, why is, like, God targeting me? Why is the universe doing this to me specifically? It can really feel like that, especially after things have, like, consecutively gotten worse. I think it can feel like that, like this fucking thing happens, and this fucking thing happens, and this fucking thing happens. And then you start to think to yourself, was I like Hitler in another life? I've asked myself that. Was I literally Hitler in another life? Where I have to be fucking like, my life is a misery at this point. And you ask yourself, have I become a burden to you? Why do you not pardon my offenses and forgive my sins? For I will soon lie down in the dust. You will search for me, but I will be no more. Better an autistic, a digital circus Kenny, or a Job, than someone thirsting for the Hollywoodified version of Dharma in Minecraft. Yeah, I remember when that came out. You know, look here, I'm a Foid troll. A troll Foid. You know, I'm a silly little stupid gold-blood chudette. But even I don't really understand the whole fucking, you know, serial killer. You know what? I'm just gonna get up for a second and get a nose blower. Nose blower. Listen again. Get up for a second and get a nose blower. I never understood serial killer fucking. All of them are ugly anyway, in my opinion. But remember that it's not about the looks, it's about how they were able to talk women into going with them, just with, like, you know, the moves, the speech. Now I'm thinking of Minecraft videos. Sky does Minecraft and shiz. My cousin used to watch Stampy Longnose. I put an unreasonable amount of blame on myself. Yes. You think, like, what have I done to deserve this? It really is easy to think, like, the bad things that are... It's really easy to fall into the trap that when bad things happen to you, you deserve them. It's really easy to do that. And as you can see, 2,000 years ago, they were just like that. They thought, you know, when bad things happen, you think, what the fuck have I done? You know? Am I a bad person? I think I'm a bad person quite often. I'll let you guys let in on that little, you know, silky self-esteem is quite poor. But my moral helps me with that. And Christ the Redeemer troll. Is Redeemer 8 letters? R-E-D-E. It is 8 letters. Christ the Redeemer. He's an ancestor. He's an ancestor troll. He's an ancestor troll. I told you this book was for trolls and not fucking stinky humans. You need to go build ad. 6 letters. Fuck you. Christianity is a troll religion too. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. It's not just for the white man, as they like to say, even though I've never spoken to a white man before. Not even John Egbert. Then Bildad the Shoehide replied, "How long will you say such things, you depressed chungus? Your words are like a blustering wind, also known as a fart. Does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right? When your children sinned against him, he gave them over to the penalty of their sin. But if you will seek God earnestly and plead with the Almighty, if you are pure and upright, even now he will rouse himself on your behalf and restore you to your prosperous state. Your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. Ask the former generation, and find out what their ancestors learned, for we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Will they not instruct you and tell you? Will they not bring forth words from their understanding? Can papyrus... Undertale papyrus? Can papyrus grow tall where there's no marsh? Can reeds thrive without water? I was never really into Undertale. Like, people were super into it. I was just like, okay, yeah, this is a video game. It's a video game about people. Monsters. I don't know. And I was at like the right time for everyone to have like Undertale autism. Like I was at a good age for that, but I just avoided that. I'm very thankful that I avoided that. Instead I had Danganronpa autism. We don't talk about that period of my life though. We don't talk about the Danganronpa autism. We don't talk about that period of my life. I'm feeling like shit today. Can you say me a prayer later, Tylenol? I can even do it for you right now, actually. We can all pray together. It's not a lot of us. We could do it. Prayer, handling okay. I have quite a few saved. Would you like a prayer for anxiety? A prayer for peace? A prayer of belief? Handling discouragement? What kind of prayer would you like of those ones? Anxiety, discouragement, peace? Which one? Comfort from God's presence? Everyone just defaulted to giving papyrus skeleton. Yes, it is. It is. What the fuck happened to my computer? There you go. Everyone just defaulted to giving papyrus skeleton voice. Danganronpa autism is far more interesting. Oh my god, yeah, that period of my life. Okay, let me lead everyone. Let me have a look. I'm just gonna write it out so that we can. Okay, give me 2 seconds and I'm gonna write down a prayer for you. I'm just gonna do this. Give me 2 seconds, okay? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay. I shall lead everyone in prayer now. Okay. God, I'm gonna do. This is the only emoji that I have. We have him closed eyes, so we're gonna do this. Father God, we pray and we thank you for the gift of friendship, for the gift of knowing our dear friend Frank in chat. We thank you for the perfect peace that comes from being your child, and we ask that you fill our friend Frank with the peace that comes from knowing you and from him being your child as we are all your children. It's through nothing that he has done, but by faith in you alone, that you can accomplish great things, despite the anxieties and troubles that may plague him. We all love that we can talk to you at any time and that you embrace us as your own. Remind Frank that you are always with him, wherever he may go and whatever troubles that he may face. Give him the knowledge and reassurance that through our time of trouble that you can always be there for him to talk to at any time, and that you too will embrace him as your own, despite his messes, his mistakes, and his anxieties. Thank you for this undeserved gift, and may we all share this gift of yours that you have given us with our brothers and sisters, and let this gift be something that we remain knowledgeable of and remembering in our days and as we walk in newness of life. Growing nearer to you, growing nearer to your Son, Jesus Christ, and growing nearer to the Holy Spirit, and as close as we can be to your holy name. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. I hope that was good for you, Frank. That was my first time really praying on stream. It might have been a bit gay. My apologies. It might have been a bit gay. Amen. I should do that more often on stream. I like doing that. That was nice. I'm definitely bad at praying. I'm definitely bad at it. I was definitely bad at it. I'm always bad at praying. Every time I pray, I'm just like, thank you for, thanks for giving me life and snacks and goon fuel. Oh, I want to be good for you, Jesus. Thanks. Bye. That's how I pray. That's how I normally pray. So I was like, a bit nervous that I wouldn't fuck it up. But yeah, every time I pray, I'm just like, thanks for the meal, thanks for another day, and thanks for my parents. I just say that. And I also say, I'm sorry that I'm a huge retard and chud. But type 1 if you want me to do that again in the future. Back to Job. Can papyrus the skeleton grow when there is no marsh? Can reeds thrive without water? While still growing and uncut, they wither more quickly than grass. Such is the destiny of all who forget God. So perishes the hope of the godless. What they trust in is fragile. What they rely on is a spider's web. They lean on the web, but it gives way. They cling to it, but it does not hold. They are like a well-watered plant in the sunshine, spreading its shoots all over the garden. It entwines its roots around a pile of rocks and looks for a place among the stones. But when it is torn from its spot, that place disowns it and says, I never saw you. Surely its life withers away, and from the soil other plants grow. So this is describing the people who do not rely on Christ and forget God. Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh? So we need the foundation of God. Otherwise we are quickly able to be torn from the soil. Surely God does not reject one who is blameless, or strengthen the hands of evildoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughter, and your lips will shout with joy. Your enemies will be clothed in shame, and the tents of the wicked will be no more. And then it ends with another reminder that God will surely bring justice to evildoers, and if Job is a righteous man, he should not fear. Job 9. Then Job replied, in his sad Chungus way, depressed Chungus, depressed fucker, me, literally me, indeed I know that this is all true, but how can mere mortals prove their innocence before God? Though they wished to dispute with him, they could not answer him 1 time out of 1,000. His wisdom is profound. His power is vast. Who has resisted him and come out unscathed? He moves mountains without their knowing it and overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place and makes its pillars tremble. He speaks to the sun and it does not shine. He seals off the light of the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens and treads on the waves of the sea. He is the maker of the Bear and Orion, the Pleiades and the constellations of the south. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. When he passes me, I cannot see him. Where he goes by, I cannot perceive him. If he snatches away, who can stop him? Who can say to him, what are you doing? God does not restrain his anger. Even the cohorts of Rahab cowered at his feet. How then can I dispute with him? How can I find the words to argue with him? Though I were innocent, I cannot answer him. I can only plead with my judge for mercy. Even if I summoned him and he responded, I do not believe he would give me a hearing. He would crush me in a storm and multiply my wounds for no reason. He would troll me. He would not let me catch my breath, but would overwhelm me with misery and constant trolling. If it is a matter of strength, he is mighty. He is a blue blood. And if it is a matter of justice, who can challenge him? Even if I were innocent, my mouth would condemn me. If I were blameless, it would pronounce me guilty. Although I am blameless, I have no concern for myself. I despise my own life. It is all the same. That is why I say he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When a scourge brings sudden death, he mocks at despair of the innocent. When a land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds his judges. If it is not he, then who is it? He's got a good point. His faith is waning. He's struggling. He's saying, but God does punish the innocent. God does punish the sinless. Because otherwise, who is doing it? Who would bring... It is a logical question for those who are struggling with this issue. As I started the stream with, we are often thinking, if there really is a God, why does he allow bad things to happen? Because if it is not he who allows bad things to do it, then who fucking is it, mate? That is a valid question to ask. Even then, who can challenge him? And how can you dispute with him this question? If he snatches away the good things in your life, who can stop him? You feel hopeless. You feel like whatever you work for is just taken away in an instant. And that is what happened to Job. By the way, my goal with these streams is to just like explore the Word of God. I'm not trying to convert anyone, by the way. I'm not trying to convert anyone. I'm just reading it. I'm not like out in the street kind of thing. I'm not saying like you should read this and immediately convert. I'm trying to do it in a way that's accessible and enjoyable to anyone. To anyone. And I take advice if you want to give it to me regarding these streams. My days are swifter than a runner, known as Scouting Fortress, then fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus and undertale, like eagles swooping down on their prey. I need to stop with the fucking blasphemous comparisons, holy shit. Papyrus, undertale, Scouting Fortress. Fucking hell, mate. Are you stop being such a pathetic troll? It's like, hi, I'm sulky and I'm so autistic that I can't think of my blorbo while I'm reading the Bible. Can't resist thinking of my blorbo. I hate that word blorbo. Like, of course you can smell the tumbler fucking wafting off of that word. But it's a good word. My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus, like eagles swooping down on their prey. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile. I still dread all my sufferings, for I know you will not hold me innocent. Since I'm already found guilty, why should I struggle in vain? Even if I wash myself with soap and my hands with cleansing powder, you would plunge me into a soapless slime pit so that even my clothes would detest me. He is not a mere mortal like me that I might answer him, that we might confront each other in a court. If only there was someone to mediate between us, someone to bring us together, someone to remove God's rod from me so that his terror would frighten me no more. Then I would speak up without fear of him, but as it now stands with me, I cannot. So he just wants to speak to God and ask him, why are you doing this to me? Huh? Oh, it's just loading. Hopefully the music is loading. There we go. Yes, it is. Job 10 starts with a very relatable sentence. I loathe my very life. I loathe my very fucking life. Therefore I will give free rein to my complaint and speak out in the bitterness of my soul. I also love complaining, Job. God, we really are not too dissimilar from now and from this modern day. 2,000 years ago, I say to God, do not declare me guilty, but tell me what charges you have against me. Does it please you to oppress me, to spurn the work of your hands, while you smile on the plans of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh? Do you see as a mortal sees? Are your days like those of a mortal, or your years like those of a strong man, that you must search out my faults and probe after my sin, though you know that I am not guilty, and that no one can rescue me from your hand? Your hand shaped me and made me. Will you now turn and destroy me? Remember that you molded me like clay. Will you now turn me to dust again? Did you not pour me out like milk, and curdle me like cheese, like that one plushie? Do you guys know about the milk plushie? Oh my god. Oh my god. And curdle me like cheese, clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews? You gave me life and showed me kindness, and in your providence watched over my spirit. So God was with Job before, but now it seems as if he's absent. I'm opening the door. Come inside. There you go. My chuddy-eyed cat. My Lucis. But this is what you concealed in your heart, and I know that this was in your mind. If I sinned, you would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. If I am guilty, woe to me! Even if I am innocent, I cannot lift my head, for I am full of shame and drowned in my affliction. The one where the OP would drown it in milk and smash it against the wall. Yes. Yes, the milk plushie. The milk plushie. I'm gonna search it. I hate these AI overviews. Okay. There you go. I used to have this Webkins plushie that I used to pour milk on and suck the milk back out of it, and it was sopping wet all the time. I used to slam it against walls and would make a loud thud. My brother saw me suck milk out of it once and I got sad when he made fun of me, and I didn't pour milk on it for a week and it got rock hard and smelly and my mom had to throw it away. It was so fucking heavy, I brought it to school one time and my backpack was soaked. And I made my friends hold him and they were upset. Every time I think about my young trollhood and I'm like, wow, I'm so fucking embarrassing, I just know that it could have been far worse. It could have been far fucking worse. I could have been way more autistic. This person needs Jesus. I used to have a Webkins that I used to pour milk on and suck the milk back out and slam it against walls. Like, there's no hope. This is why the Bible was written. To redeem fuckers that throw milk plushies against walls. I'm joking. But this is what you concealed in your heart, and I know that this was in your mind. If I sinned, you would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. If I'm guilty, woe is me. Even if I'm innocent, I cannot lift my head, for I am full of shame and drowned in my affliction. If I hold my head high, you stalk me like a lion, and again display your awesome power against me. You bring new witnesses against me, and increase your anger toward me. Your forces come against me, in wave upon wave. Why then did you bring me out of the womb? I wish I'd died before any eyes saw me. If only I'd never come into fucking being, or I'd been carried straight from the womb to the grave. Are not my few days almost over? Turn away from me so I can have a moment's fucking joy before I go to the place of no return, to the land of gloom and utter darkness, to the land of deepest night, of utter darkness and disorder, where even there the light is like darkness. I think it's getting way more relatable now. I have said this basically verbatim so many times. Turn away from me so that I can have a moment's joy without you ruining my life before I go to fucking hell. I'm just like, you know what? How about you leave me alone? So I can just have some peace before I fucking die. Now it's time for Zophar, the third friend, to chime in and give an inspirational, rousing speech. Then Zophar the Naamathite replied, "Are all these words to go unanswered? Is this talk to be vindicated? Will your idle talk reduce others to silence? Will no one rebuke you when you mock? To be fair, Job was just fucking complaining for like half an hour. So Zophar's just like, okay, what, you're just like saying shit to like make yourself feel worse. And should we just like not say anything in response? You say to God, my beliefs are flawless and I am pure in your sight. Oh, how I wish that God would speak, that he would open his lips against you and disclose to you the secrets of wisdom, for true wisdom has two sides. Know this, God has even forgiven some of your sin, forgotten some of your sin. Can you fathom the mysteries of God? Can you probe the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than the heavens above. What can you do? They are deeper than the depths below. What can you know? The measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. If he comes along and confines you in prison and convenes a court, who can oppose him? Surely he recognizes deceivers. When he sees evil, does he not take note? But the witless can no more become wise than a wild donkey's colt can be born human. So retards can never become, a Garthan, mind-expanding, huge-brained Yakubian. What the fuck am I talking about? What the fuck am I talking about? But you cannot fathom the mysteries of God. Yet if you devote your heart to him and stretch out your hands to him, if you put away the sin that is in your hand and allow no evil to dwell in your tent, then free of fault, you will lift up your face. You will stand firm and without fear. You will surely forget your trouble, recalling it only as waters gone by. Life will be brighter than noonday, and darkness will become like morning. You will be secure, because there is hope. You will look about you and take your rest in safety. You will lie down with no one to make you afraid, and many will court your favor. but the eyes of the wicked will fail, and escape will elude them. Their hope will become a dying gasp. So far it's just reiterating to him that if he sort of surrenders his anxieties and, troubles to God, he will be rewarded for his meekness and faith. Yakubian what? It's better you don't know your username. It's better you don't understand what I'm talking about. 12 jobs? I'm getting so triggered by the job applications. Yawn break, yawn break, yawn break. Job 12. I'm getting so triggered by all these jobs. Then Job replied, "Doubtless you are the only people who matter, and wisdom will die with you. But I've a mind as well as you, and I'm not inferior to you. Who does not know all these things? I have become a laughingstock to my friends. Though I called on God and he answered, a mere laughingstock, though righteous and blameless. Those who are at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. The tents of marauders are undisturbed, and those who provoke God are secure, those God has in his hand. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you. Or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature, and the breath of all mankind, trollkind. Does not the ear test words as the tongue taste food? Is not wisdom found among the aged? Does not long life bring understanding? To God belong wisdom and power, counseling and understanding are his. What he tears down cannot be rebuilt. Those he imprisons cannot be released. If he holds back the waters, there is drought. If he lets them loose, they devastate the land. To him belongs strength and insight. Both deceived and deceiver are his. He leads rulers away stripped and makes fools of judges. He takes off the shackles put on by kings and ties a loincloth around their waist. He leads priests away stripped and overthrows officials long established. He silences the lips of trusted advisers and takes away the discernment of elders. He pours contempt on nobles and disarms the mighty. He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and disperses them. He deprives the leaders of the earth of their reason. He makes them wander in a trackless waste. They grope in darkness with no light. He makes them stagger like drunkards. What I get from this book is that God disrupts the order, but that doesn't mean he's chaotic. It reminds me of the books of the New Testament where Jesus said, like, master will become servant and servant will become master, and the roles will be reversed. So revolutionary. So this is a God of revolution, almost bringing change. Wisdom, power, counseling, understanding, change, power, ultimate power to sort of set the earth upon its head. I forget the saying. Next chapter. 5 more chapters. Job 13. My eyes have seen all this. Sorry, got a headache. Oh, wait. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. My eyes have seen all this. My ears have heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you. But I desire to speak to the Almighty and to argue my case with God. You, however, smear me with lies. You're worthless physicians, all of you. They're not letting him, complain in peace. They're, trying to, inspire him and be, positive. And he's like, no, fuck my life. I'm gonna kill myself, basically. Job is just a BPD princess. It's fine. You, however, smear me with lies. You're worthless physicians, all of you. If only you would altogether be silent. For you, there would be wisdom. Hear now my argument. Listen to the pleas of my lips. Will you speak wickedly on God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you show him partiality? Will you argue the case for God? Would it turn out well if he examined you? Could you deceive him as you might deceive a mortal? He would surely call you to account if you secretly showed partiality. Would not his splendor terrify you? Would not the dread of him fall on you? Your maxims are proverbs of ashes, your defences are defences of clay. Keep silent and let me speak, then let come to me what may. Why do I put myself in jeopardy and take my life in my hands? Though he slay me, yet I will hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. Indeed, this will turn out for my deliverance. For no godless person would dare come before him. Listen carefully to what I say. Let my words ring in your ears. Now that I've prepared my case, I know I will be vindicated. Can anyone bring charges against me? And so, I'll be silent and die. Only grant me these 2 things, God, and then I will not hide from you. These people love talking, I've just noticed. Withdraw your hand far from me, and stop frightening me with your terrors. Then summon me, and I will answer, or let me speak, and you reply to me. How many wrongs and sins have I committed? Show me my offence and my sin. Why do you hide your face, and consider me your enemy? Will you torment a windblown leaf? Will you chase after dry chaff? For you write down bitter things against me, and make me reap the sins of my youth. You fasten my feet in shackles, keep close watch at all my paths, by putting marks on the soles of my feet. So man wastes away like something rotten, like a garment eaten by moths. Job is giving God sort of, not an ultimatum, but he's making a plea. Just like, tell me why you're doing this. What have I done to deserve it? What are my sins? Let's have my day in court. He says after like millions of words. Oh my God, Job. And here he yaps for another chapter. 5 more chapters of yapping. Like holy guacamole. Do you guys say holy guacamole or holy macaroni? What do you say? What do you guys say? Do you say holy guacamole or holy macaroni? Let me read. Oh, half an hour more. Holy macaroni. You say holy macaroni. I've heard holy guacamole. And also holy macaroni. I've heard both. But it's weird because over here we don't say either of them. But I've just heard people say either in like other countries. You know what I mean? Like on TV and shit. Job 14. Mortals born of woman are a few days and full of trouble. They spring up like flowers and wither away. Like fleeting shadows they do not endure. Do you fix your eye on them? Will you bring them before your judgment? Well, who can bring what is pure from the impure? No one. A person's days are determined. You have decreed the number of his months and have set limits he cannot exceed. So look away from him and let him alone, till he has put in his time, like a hired laborer. At least there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again. Huh? Dude, what? My fucking screen just turned off. Not sure why. There we go. Satan's getting all gay and retarded again. He's like, stop reading! Stop reading! Stop reading! He's like, stop reading! You're filling people with the faith of God! Oh! Type 1 of Satan is gay and fake. At least there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, and its new shoots will not fail. Its roots may grow old in the ground, and its stump die in the soil. Yet at the scent of water it will bud and put forth shoots like a plant. But a man dies and is laid low. His breath he breathes his last and is no more. As the water of a lake dries up or riverbed becomes parched and dry, so here he lies down and does not rise. till the heavens are no more. People will not awake or be roused from their sleep. If only you would hide me in the grave and conceal me till your anger has passed. If only you would set me a time and then remember me. If someone dies, will they live again? Yes. Cue Jesus Christ. If someone dies, will they live again? All the days of my hard service, I will wait for my renewal to come. You will call and I will answer you. You will long for the creature your hands have made. Surely then you will count my steps, but not keep track of my sin. My offenses will be sealed up in a bag. You will cover for my sin. I wonder what will... I wonder if there's going to be a Lamb of God to redeem the sins of the world. I wonder if that's ever going to happen. Nah, that won't ever happen though. Nah, I think that's too gracious to happen. I don't think that'll ever happen. But as a mountain erodes and crumbles, and as a rock is moved from its place, as water wears away stones and torrents wash away the soil, so you destroy a person's hope. You overpower them once for all, and they are gone. You change their countenance and send them away. If their children are honored, they do not know it. If their offspring are brought low, they do not see it. They feel but for the pain of their own bodies, and mourn only for themselves. So I think this is just Job being pathetic again. It's like 14 chapters of him just lamenting his life. Oh my god. Then Eliphaz the Temanite said in Job 15, would a wise person answer with empty notions or fill their belly with the hot east wind? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Would a wise person answer with empty notions or fill their belly with a hot east wind? Would they argue with useless words, with speeches that have no value? But you even undermine piety and hinder devotion to God. Your sin prompts your mouth. You adopt the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, not mine. Your own lips testify against you. Because you keep fucking yapping about how terrible your life is. You're making your own case here, buddy boy. You're making it very obvious why you were forsaken. Just kidding. Just kidding. God will not forsake one for being a yapper. I hate that word. I know Yo's name used it, and I don't hate you for using it, but there's just so many, like, Gen Z that think that they're, like, a quirky yapper chungus, and I'm like, no. You just say crap. You say, like, oh my god, did you, like, watch the new Love Island? And that's their idea of a yap. And it's like... And then a real autistic person comes and info dumps shit about, like, Black and White, the video game from 2001. And they're like, oh my god, that's so cringe. You're such a retard. That's yapping. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna pour myself a glass of water. I'm gonna do my cigarette emoji. I need to do, like, a text that says... BRB. And I'm gonna do it in a color that can be seen. This color. Okay. Okay. There we go. Right there. Now everyone can see it. Everyone can see the color. I am back. Hello, I am back. Hello, I am back. I got a glass of water. I remember one time when I went to Troll Church. The Troll Church started by my friend standing next to me. He started a church. And it's not like Clown Church where they all worship ICP. And he realized that, and he's like, well, this is stupid and gay. And then he found this mysterious book called the Bibble, and he gave it to me, and now that's what I'm reading. That's the lore. And he said, you know what, Silky, I'm going to start a revolution. I'm going to start a church. And it's not going to be Clown Church, but it's going to be the true church. The true Catholic and Apostolic Church. And I'm like, those are big words, you fucking gay purple chud. And he's like, just shut up. I know what I'm doing. That's what he said to me. And then he started this church, and it was just me attending, but then slowly some other little fuckers came along, but it had to be in secret. What was I even talking about? Water. Yes. So then, we had this thing that he called it, what did he call it? He called it some funny word, right? He called it like a baptism, like autism, but like baptism. You know what I mean? Like autism, but baptism. And then he had this weird canister of water, and I'm like, dude, like, I know I like getting wet, but that's not what I meant. And he's like, shut up. He says that with affection, by the way, so don't think he's a bad friend, okay? He just said, shut up, Silky. Let me show you some magic. And then he sprayed the water on me. And then first I was like, oh, okay. Is this now red? Are we going red here instead of pale? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, black? And it's like, no. This is the holy water. And then I said, well, I don't see any holes in it. And he's like, you're the most retarded Moirail I could have ever asked for. And I'm like, yes, but that's why you like me. And then he showed me the baptism with the holy water. He said I would understand very soon. He likes saying that to me. He said you'll understand soon, or like soon enough. And he said you'll know what happens when. He's very ominous like that. My friend is very ominous. He's like, you'll know it when it happens, kind of thing. You know when in movies where like the main character is given like some hint by another guy, and it's like a very vague and obscure thing, and like it's really fucking irritating whenever that happens, because like the character could have just told him like exactly what was happening, but it's always like, no, you'll know in time, or you'll know it when you see it, or like, it's like, just tell me like word for word what the fuck you want me to do. Like those movies. You know what I'm talking about, right, guys? Those movies where like there's this mysterious character and he or she says some mysterious thing, and then when the protagonists ask for context, then they don't give it. They're like, you'll understand soon enough. It's like, no! Can you just fucking tell me? Can you just say it? But my friend is like that. So I guess, you know, my life is like a video game, I guess. Anyways, then Eliphaz the Temanite replied. 15 more minutes of this stream, I would say. Because there's just so much reading. Would a wise person answer with empty notions or fill their belly with a hot east wind? I think I understand what this means. It just means like meaninglessness or like uselessness, like saying useless crap. I think that's what this sentence means. Would a wise person answer with empty notions or fill their belly with the hot east wind? Would they argue with useless words? With speeches that have no value? But you even undermine piety and hinder devotion to God. Your sin prompts your mouth. You adopt the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, not mine. Your own lips testify against you. Are you the first man ever born? Were you brought forth before the hills? Do you listen in on God's counsel? Do you have a monopoly on wisdom, you fat fucking chud? What do you know that we do not know? What insights do you have that we do not have? The grey-haired and the aged are on our side, men even older than your father. Are God's consolations not enough for you? Words spoken gently to you? Why has your heart carried you away, and why do your eyes flash, so that you vent your rage against God and pour out such words from your mouth? What are mortals that they could be pure, or those born of woman, that they could be righteous? If God places no trust in his holy ones, if even the heavens are not pure in his eyes, how much less mortals, who are vile and corrupt, who drink up evil like water? Listen to me, and I will explain to you. Let me tell you what I have seen. What the wise have declared, hiding nothing received from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given, where no foreigners moved among them. Those fucking foreigners. Sorry, that was a bad taste joke. Sort of just broadly gesturing to the political climate that we are currently in. That was a bad joke. No, but seriously, these foreigners in my country, they come in and they gentrify the place, and that's why no one can get... It's the cities. I think it's just the cities. You know what I mean? Like, the tourism. I think that's what I mean, personally. Do you think they were, like, tourists of, like, fucking, I don't know, where this place is? Do you think they came tourists, and then people were like, oh my god, these fucking tourists? Have tourists just always been a problem, even in the anime world? You know what they call, like, fake fans? They call them tourists. Like, fake anime fans, they call them tourists. Because they don't know anything. And they just come and then, like, you know, gentrify the place. I guess tourists have always been a problem, even in the biblical times. I've told you, we're not too dissimilar. Sorry about that. Bless me. Beautiful music. Give me a sector mundo, guys. There we go. I was just waiting for that. No, I was just waiting for this. Let me reread from the top. Listen to me, and I will explain to you. Let me tell you what I have seen, what the wise have declared, hiding nothing received from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was sneezed, when no foreigner sneezed among them. All his days the wicked man sneezed torment, the ruthless man through all the years sneezed up for them. Terrifying sounds filled his ears. Holy shit! Shit! Fucking hell, it's gonna happen again. I'm waiting. I told you guys I'm sensitive in my face. Listen to me and I'll explain to you. Let me tell you what I've seen. What the wise have declared, hiding nothing received from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given where no foreigners moved among them. All his days the wicked man suffers torment, the ruthless man through all the years stored up for him. Terrifying sounds fill his ears. When all seems well, marauders attack him. He despairs of escaping the realm of darkness. He is marked for the sword. He wanders about for food like a vulture. He knows the day of darkness is at hand. Distress and anguish fill him with terror. Troubles overwhelm him like a king poised to attack, because he shakes his fist at God and vaunts himself against the Almighty, defiantly charging against them with a thick, strong shield. Though his face is covered with fat and his waist bulges with flesh, he will inhabit ruined towns and houses where no one lives, houses crumbling to rubble. He will no longer be rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will his possessions spread over the land. He will not escape the darkness. A flame will wither his shoots, and the breath of God's mouth will carry him away. Let him not deceive himself by trusting what is worthless, for he will get nothing in return. Before his time he will wither, and his branches will not flourish. He will be like a vine stripped of its unripe grapes, like an olive tree, shedding its blossoms. All the company of the godless will be barren, and fire will consume the tents of those who love bribes. They conceive trouble, and give birth to evil. Their womb fashions deceit. Miserable comforters. I was thinking of ending the stream with like a video, because I'm getting a bit tired of reading, because it's just people talking and talking and talking. I might end the stream with like a spiritual video. Hello Adam Forehead, welcome. It's a relaxed stream. It's a relaxed stream. Yeah. My nose is still pouring. Like the rain. Oh, it's not fun. Guess what I'm eating? While I'm watching the stream, man. This food looks delicious. I'm going to eat now. It's pita bread. That's what I'm guessing. Pita bread. Most random choice, but that's what I think. Then Job replied, I have heard many things like these. You are miserable comforters, all of you. Will your long-winded speeches never end? Wow! Fucking hypocrite! Fucking hypocrite, Job. Will your long-winded speeches ever end? This guy's been fucking yapping for an hour. Will your long-winded speeches never end? What ails you that you keep on arguing? I also could speak like you if you were in my place. I could make fine speeches against you and shake my head at you. But my mouth would encourage you. Comfort from my lips would bring you relief. Yet if I speak, my pain is not relieved, and if I refrain, it does not go away. Surely, God, you have worn me out. You have devastated my entire household. You have shriveled me up, and it has become a witness. My gauntness rises up and testifies against me. God assails me, and tears me in his anger, and gnashes his teeth at me. My opponent fastens on me his piercing eyes. People open their mouths to jeer at me. They strike my cheek and scorn and unite together against me. God has turned me over to the ungodly and thrown me into the clutches of the wicked. All was well with me, but he has shattered me. He seized me by the neck and crushed me. He has made me his target. His archers surround me. Without pity, he pierces my kidney and spills my gall on the ground. Again and again and again he bursts upon me. He rushes at me like a warrior. I have sewed sackcloth over my skin and buried my brow in the dust. See, yeah, that's that sort of mourning or grief ritual that I mentioned earlier. My face is red with weeping. Dark shadows ring my eyes, yet my hands have been free of violence, and my prayer is pure. So this is the thing to remember. I am grieving. I am fatigued and forlorn. Yet I remain peaceful, humble, and pure to the Lord, and I have committed no sin. Despite my anguish, I have not hurt anyone or myself, despite the trials and tribulations. Earth, do not cover my blood. May my cry never be laid to rest. Even now my witness is in heaven, my advocate is on high. My intercessor is my friend, as my eyes pour out tears to God. On behalf of a man, he pleads with God as one pleads for a friend. Only a few years will pass before I take the path of no return. I'd like to suggest that we watch a video, and I've been wanting to. I think I shared this video before with some personal dear friends of mine, but I want to share this video, and I want to watch it. I'm going to take the browser. Gonna just minimize it. It's 13 minutes. I think we can watch it. It's a beautiful animation too, that you can appreciate even if you're not religious.
2015, ISIS murdered 21 Christian.
Okay. It should be free to watch. I think. It should be, like, not gonna get struck. And even then, like, who cares? Got, like... Okay. No, but now I'm in the way if I go like this. Now I'm in the fucking way. I'm in the fucking way if I do that. I'll, like, try and put it big enough. Wait, cinema mode. Cinema mode. Cinema mode. What happens if it's in cinema mode? I'm still in the way. Great. My fat ass is in the way. Great. Great. My fat ass is always in the fucking way. Great. Great. Maybe I should, you know what? You fat cunt of a boy rail of mine. JK, I love you very much. You need to fuck off. You need to get back in the fridge. The people need to see the video. The people need to see the fucking video, okay? So, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this. So you can see, like, the title as well. I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it like that, okay? Let's watch it.
In 2015, ISIS murdered 21 Christian migrant workers on a beach in Libya. This is the story of the men who died, as told by those who loved them and those who hated them.
How's the audio? How's the audio? How's the audio?
الآن محبة الله الآب ونعمة الابن الوحيد ربنا وإلهنا ومخلصنا يسوع المسيح شركة وموهبة وعطية الروح القدس تكون مع جميعكم. امضوا بسلام وسلام الله يكون مع جميعكم.
In the early 21st century, ISIS began a reign of terror in attempts to cleanse North Africa of Christians.
I don't think it's bigoted of me to say this. I don't like terrorists. I don't like people who kill other people. Shocker, am I right? Shocker. Controversial opinion. I don't like people who kill other people. Unarmed civilians. Okay, okay. Tylenol interlude cancelled for being a bigot. There you go.
One of their favorite prey? Egyptian Coptic Christians. In December 2014, ISIS...
I would say the same if it was Muslims, Christians killing Muslims, by the way. I would say the same.
Captured 7 Coptic Egyptians as they were making their way home to Egypt. A week later, ISIS raided the housing complex.
Okay, I was too busy being a bigot, so let me go back and watch this. I know some YouTubers really love, you know, people who kill unarmed civilians. I know some YouTubers really love those kind of things, but I don't stand for that.
In a reign of terror in attempts to cleanse North Africa of Christians.
Beautiful animation.
One of their favorite
it gets
prey,
really beautiful later.
Egyptian Coptic Christians. In December 2014, ISIS captured 7 Coptic Egyptians.
Like, rather not YouTuber, but like Twitch live streamers. Let me just say it that way.
As they were making their way home to Egypt. A week later, ISIS raided the housing complex where the Egyptians had been staying.
Uh-huh. Exile Postman knows.
Capturing 13 more Coptic Christians.
Yeah, this is such a beautiful part to me. Let's go back and watch it again. That was such a beautiful part to me. I also like the way that the very nice people, you know, who watch One Piece. That's not me denigrating One Piece viewers. It's just, you know, that one streamer was like, oh, the terrorist watches One Piece. That means he's so cool. It's like, okay, well, go fuck yourself. I like how the you know, person driving the car is drawn that way. Very haunting and terrified, sort of, you know, faceless expression. It's sort of like, you know, very alien almost. Like, you know, devoid of humanity. Because, you know, where is your humanity? But let me digress. Look at the animation. Like, not the animation, and also like the... You see, look, that's beautiful. The first time I watched this, I cried like a little fucking bitch. I really did.
Egyptians were gathered together in an underground prison.
That's them. It's real. That's them.
There was some confusion regarding Matthew from Ghana. He had been captured in a separate raid, and when ISIS tried to let him go, he insisted he was the same as the Egyptians. Their God with his God. With Matthew, the group became 21.
He could have easily just went and be free, but he said, no, I share the same belief. He could have easily just been let go. I find that very interesting.
For the first few weeks, the 21 were treated well and were given clean food and water. ISIS tried to reason with the Christians. Some of the men were offered money.
The imagery here. These tall, imposing figures dressed in black. Almost less human and more just like imposing, you know, warmongers. You can see them.
ISIS tried
One could argue it's propaganda, but also it's a real life fucking event that happened, so you know, there you have it.
With the Christians. Some of the men were offered money to deny their faith. But it was of no use. The men wouldn't be moved. Thus the journey of torture began.
هيا تحركوا بسرعة. هيا.
The Christians were taken to the beach and forced to pull heavy bags of wet sand.
تحرك.
And when a man fell, he was beaten.
أنكر دينك وسينتهي كل هذا. ما فائدة كل هذه المعاناة؟
يسوع قال ستكونون مبغضين من الجميع من أجل اسمي، ولكن الذي يصبر إلى النهاية فهذا يخلص.
Father will be torn from son. The world will hate you.
لن يأتي أحد ليخلصك أيها النصراني.
The ground was continually doused with water, so the man couldn't sleep.
You see this imagery here? You see who's there? You see who's standing there? That's my brother, friend, and redeemer right there. There he is! There he is! Look, look, look. There he is! There's Christ Cat! That was pretty blasphemous. Beautiful imagery. Abhorrent, but the animation.
God was with them. The more they were tortured, the more their faith seemed to grow. One night, the man prayed in one voice, Kyrie eleison, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, over and over.
Oh, that fucking shook me when I saw that. We need to go back and watch that. We need to go back and fucking see that.
The man prayed in one voice, Kyrie eleison, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, over and over.
Chills, man. Chills.
Then suddenly the ground began to shake like an earthquake, and ISIS became afraid.
They will face their day of judgment. Wrong emoji, this one. Well, I mean, fuck them, but also, you know, they'll face their day of judgment. You will see. This is where it gets so haunting right now. Watch out. This is so beautiful. Not of what's happening, but like the animation. It's like the traditional Coptic imagery is the style of the animation. Like the art. The art.
The Christians were forced to wear orange jumpsuits as ISIS filmed them walking along the beach.
It's real. You saw the footage in the beginning. Watch this. Watch this. That's Matthew from Ghana. Watch this. Watch this. Chilling. I love seeing this part.
At times, ISIS saw strange figures walking among the Christians. Some of these figures held swords, others were black, and still others were riding horses. At times, the color of the sky seemed to change as the men were walking along the beach.
They were never alone. They were never alone in their suffering.
All of these things brought terror to the hearts of the Islamic State soldiers. They were anxious to kill the Christians before those with the Christians
see, there you go.
killed them. ISIS filmed the Christians 3 different times. The third time the men were brought to the beach was the last. The men walked looking toward the sky and didn't say a word except their prayers to God.
Yeah, like the stained glass, yeah.
All praise is due to Allah, the strong and mighty. And may blessings and peace be upon the one sent by the sword as a mercy for all the worlds. O people, recently you've seen us on the hills of Asham, and on Dabaq's plain, chopping off the heads that have been carrying the cross delusion for a long time, filled with spite against Islam and Muslims. And today, we're on the south of Rome, on the land of Islam, Libya, sending another message.
Those are real people. Real people. That's Matthew from Ghana, and those are the Coptic Christians. Kneeling on the beach. It's crazy. I know every fucking reaction YouTubers, damn, that's crazy, but like, this is happening. And yet they stood, and yet they prayed, and they said, this is gonna happen. And they went. Matthew joined them, and they were 21. At then.
يا رب ارحم يا رب ارحم.
يسوع اغفر لهم.
ISIS slaughtered the men one by one, hoping that some would deny their faith.
But they didn't.
None did.
None did.
And they all died with the name of Jesus on their lips. On February 15, 2015, ISIS published a 5-minute video showing the beheading of the Christians. The act was condemned by Muslims and Christians alike.
As it should be. By anyone. By everyone. But it's, I don't mean to sow like, you know, oh my god, it's us versus them. But what I got from this is just the testament of their faith was so profound to me, because at any point you would have been tempted too to say, okay, fine, I convert, fine, just let me live. I feel like any of us would just say that in order to live. But these men didn't, and even one of them joined their ranks. That I find so interesting. You can be so sure, and you pray and you pray. I just find that so, like, not even just interesting, but just such, like the amount of faith and will that you must have when you're pushed to your fucking limit. I find that just the fucking pinnacle of courage, and just I have no words. I have no fucking words. I cannot fathom being in that situation and being able to say no. I continue to be in my. I continue to affirm my faith, because I mean they were put to fucking death. Their deaths publicized, televised, and yet to the very end, none of them said, "Fine, no, leave me alone. I'll convert. Just let me live." To the very end. That is what amazes me. That is what amazes me and inspires me. To the very fucking end. Like, none of them, like, not one of them said, okay, fine. Even though they were put through torture every day. Torture. Legit fucking human rights violation. No, the Coptic Christians are part of the more ancient. You know, they're definitely not your Southern Baptist Protestant. Their roots are quite ancient and deep, the Coptic Christians. They're Coptic Christians. And these are their names. Just a moment of silence for them. I just found this animation really beautiful, and just the story. It's a fucking horrible story, but just what a fucking, you know, testament. You know, to the very end, they didn't deny their faith, and all they did was just pray and pray. And say, Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy. Any person would say, wow, that was stupid of them, probably. I feel like anyone would say, wow, that was stupid. You should have just said, fine, I give up, fine. I'll become a Muslim, and then kind of run away afterwards or something. But they didn't. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't pick that easy way out. Because Christ didn't come to bring peace, but he brought a sword. And following his path would be bearing a cross. And that cross that is born will disrupt the world. Revolutionary. And people will disagree. And this is what happens. Yeah, I don't think it's stupid. I think it's incredibly brave, and they believe in something greater. No, yeah, I think that's like what I'm trying to say is it's easy. It's probably easy to dismiss what they did if you don't see that level of faith and don't understand it. It's probably really easy to dismiss. Like, wow, that was really stupid. They gave up their lives for nothing, you know, kind of thing. They gave up their lives for nothing, haha. But like, they really did honestly believe in something greater than themselves, and they were part of that. What I find interesting was like the natural disasters and the reaction of the world as documented by ISIS, saying that they could see shit. And I'm like, I find that interesting. I wonder if that was what they actually saw. The company of heaven and earth. I find this video so just breathtaking. The first time I saw it, I legit just started crying. This is the sign of the 21. It's a beautiful short film. I just wanted to share that as well, that short film. I think it also ties in with the whole book of Job that we selected for today. The troubles of the world. The troubles of the world mean nothing when you have faith. I think this is just proof of that in action. And that line I said very much earlier at the start of the stream, and Matthew chapter 10 verse 28, and do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul, rather fear him who can destroy both body and soul in hell. I think that is also, I think everything has just been tied up nicely in a bow together in this stream, even though I didn't even aim for that. I didn't even aim for that to be a thing. But somehow it all just related. Go to Morocco and be Muslim and you can't eat bacon. And you have to eat Moroccan food, like every Moroccan food if you want to do like still life as a if you do like still life as a Muslim, isn't there? No, I don't think so. This is definitely not me saying, wow, I hate I definitely don't mean that. I definitely don't mean that. I hate anyone who uses their faith as a means to hurt others. Christians who use their faith to hurt Muslims, anyone. I hate that. I hate that. Anyone who uses their own faith to belittle and hurt and kill others, I hate that. I absolutely hate it. And I don't think that's bigoted of me to say. Even though some people are like, oh, the terrorists are super cool. It's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think anyone who hurts civilians for their faith, you know, I don't think that's a good thing. And you can cancel me, it's fine. By the way, Morocco has beautiful places. And I mean beautiful, 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 beautiful. I would love to see that. How about I Google Morocco landscapes? Let me Google that. Images. Oh, wow. I see, like, you know, landmarks. I see these sort of, like, stone structures and beautiful waterfall. That's what I see out of Google Images. Beaches of Morocco. That looks nice. Yeah, I should check it out. You can also check out other cities. Like, some of them are actually kind of good. I think, yeah. I saw someone travel there, like a woman traveler. And she was like, wow, those cities are actually quite navigable. But yeah, I just wanted to share that video because the first time I watched it, I was really touched by their faith. Their unwavering faith. Unwavering. And it almost, because I watched this very early in my religious journey, and I was like, wow. Imagine getting to that level where it's just so natural to you. You know, you have no doubt whatsoever. And, you know, we should pray for them, the martyrs. We should pray for all martyrs who have been persecuted for their faith. But let the persecution not make you afraid. Do not be afraid. Have no fear of them, for nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. When I tell you in the dark, say in the light. When what you hear whispered, proclaim on the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves, so be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you over to courts and flog you in their synagogues, and you'll be dragged before governors and kings for my sake. Brother will deliver brother over to death, and the father his child, and the children will rise against parents and have them put to death, and you will be hated by all for my name's sake. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. That's what I started this stream with, did I not? And the end of the day, do not be afraid. At the end of the day, do not be afraid. And that's all for today's stream. That's all for today's stream. I've done a lot of talking, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you would like more streams like this, do let me know. And yeah, I don't really watch, I don't really watch videos on stream much. But I would like to, if you guys, I would like to do. I would like to watch. I don't really like watching videos because I end up like either talking too much or like not reacting at all. So like it becomes just like, you know, copyright infringement in a way. So I don't want to risk that. But maybe in the future I'll do more reactions. But yeah. So if you liked it, I like the part where I prayed for Frank. I like that. I like that. I like that. I thought I wanted to do that. So yeah, that's gonna be the stream. Like and subscribe. You know, Bible days don't really turn out a lot of viewers, but I don't do it for the viewers. I do it, you know, just to calm down, relax, share my faith, my journey, help anyone who, you know, is maybe in a similar curiosity. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining, and you know, God bless.